Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us, as always, and being a part of the program. This time it's on Tuesday and the 17th, and I feel as though I should be thankful that the show only lasts till 6:30 for some little something that seems like everyone is probably anxiously awaiting for this. I don't know. It's escaping my mind. It's not. I'm dying to get in front of the TV and catch the Cats and Duke just as bad as everyone else. We do have a lot of things to talk about before we get to that point of the evening, so thank you so much for spending a little time with me pregame. We do have coverage of last night's regular session of the Sayersville City Council, a couple of main topics of discussion about whether or not to assist the local Renaissance Main Street program with beautifying themselves for downtown Sayersville. The Mountain Parkway Expansion Project team has sent me some refined data, if you will, and details about the proposal from Sayersville to Prestonsburg, alongside a reminder about this Thursday evening's meeting. And I spoke with Terry Salyer again about what is going to be a great evening with some great entertainment and great food if you're lucky enough, quick enough after this show, well, technically early tomorrow, to get your hands on some of the last remaining tickets for the interactive murder mystery theater that they have planned. And he's going to tell us about it, and I'm really excited. And I'm also excited they're going to do this maybe on a monthly basis even. We'll get to all of that. As far as your weather forecast, we'll have to cover that as well. We're talking about this midweek cold front tomorrow, gusty winds, soaking rain. And my eyes are not as good as they used to be close up, and I literally, doing a double take is not an unusual thing. I think 4 times I double-checked temperatures, daytime highs, specifically I think it is for over the weekend on one occasion, that are not going to see the 40s. And we're still talking about the potential for a few flakes as well in that next system after tomorrow. So we'll get to all that in just a second. Tomorrow on the program, I will tell you more, and I'll have some folks with us to help me do so. But I do need to at least make mention of it tonight to give you as much fair warning as possible. I received some information earlier today from the Montgomery County School System, who, alongside other school systems, are warning folks, as many as possible, especially businesses out there, about a situation. There's a company that is called School Publishing. They tell me that is selling advertisement to people within the school district and businesses that they deal with, claiming that they will benefit from the money. Well, the school system tells me that the company never does the ad, nor do they ever get any money from them. They've sent me an attachment about some other states, some other school districts. I've got a name of the company, as I said, School Publishing, but we'll have some more details so we can put out a warning to all the individuals and businesses, because anytime you hear that you're giving to our children's education in the schools, well, it's something that pulls on your heartstrings and you may want to help out with, but in this case, $0, as I understand, are going actually to the school system or any of the students. More on that tomorrow. So if anyone from School Publishing contacts you, be aware, and we'll talk more about it, as I said, on tomorrow night's program. Sayersville City Council met in regular session last evening. A couple of main topics of discussion that we'll focus on tonight. That was in addition to a few brief updates. The Sayersville Hometown Christmas celebration, as Mayor Shepard informed everyone last night, has been set for December the 5th. He also reminded everyone, as I will when we get to our calendar announcements, that the 5K run, the Run Rudolph 5K, is this Saturday. They're going to have a kids run first. I'll give you a little more information when we get to the calendar in just a second. He also mentioned that the city is working hard on getting their Christmas decorations up a little ahead of schedule this time. And also, the next discussion centered around beautifying the downtown Sayersville area to some degree. The Sayersville Renaissance Main Street program, which of course was enacted and still to help beautify small communities such as ours, had put a presentation before the council, if you will, during a last meeting in request of $5,000 in support to help paint and redo the frontage of their structure, which of course was donated to them by the Sayersville National Bank many years ago. The building is actually owned by the county, but housed primarily by the Sayersville Renaissance program. This was some of the discussion that followed after an updated request that the county share that $5,000, the county putting up $2,500 of the cost to redo the front of the building, and the city paying the other $2,500.
But we give them, you said $3,000 a quarter, though,
Yeah.
$12,000 a year.
And basically they operate on that $3,000. I mean,
That's pretty good, though, $12,000 a year, that's $1,000 a month. That's more than enough to paint.
But you guys are the ones that have to make that decision. I mean, if you want to pay it, you know, we've got the money. If you don't want, you know, it's just up to the decision we have to make if we're going to help upkeep the building or not. So that's what we do for them. But we do give them $12,000.
Did we ever get any help on the fireworks?
No.
I'd say put that 2,500 toward the fireworks.
No,
Is that all right?
we
Very
were
good.
good for them, yeah.
They need to be paid off, or you're not.
We pay them off. We
Okay,
pay-
well,
we
I
pay
mean,
them. They're paid, but we
since
pay
we
them.
didn't get no help from the county, let the county pay for painting the building.
I just think it's hard to do anymore if we're doing $2,000 quarterly. You know, that's my feeling like, I don't know. We say that, Marianne.
That's what I feel. I just don't know, I mean, the money that we're giving them, what are they utilizing it with?
The director, was $300 a month. I think that's what they pay him. It's on it, I think they should pay $300 a month.
Any time to pay them again? Any time for us to pay them the $3,000?
We were paid.
That discussion was actually tabled just for a few moments until one of the clerks could get some financial information and make some copies for the council and mayor upon returning. This was the end result, as there was no vote for a lack of a motion.
They've asked for $2,500. Do I have a motion to pay the $2,500, half to paint the Renaissance building? Then die because we have lack of a motion for it, so we're not paying. Okay.
I tried to find out today, but no word as of yet as to whether or not the county, which had already agreed to pay half or $2,500 towards the project, will still give that money to the Renaissance in an effort to see it completed. There was some other discussion around another subject, and that was updating the business license ordinance for the city of Sagersville.
The only thing that changed was we added more different, I guess, business or different types of businesses to it that were left off, and we raised the rates on most everybody. So
Raising what you feel like was fair. But
we
got
realized
fair.
it hadn't been changed in
Hadn't been changed since '91.
91, and we didn't go anybody over 50%. I think, like if you're paying 75, you'd be paying 125. If you're paying 200, you'd be paying 300.
And then I believe, if I'm right here, that you've got it in here like January, February, and March, they pay the full amount. If they come get a license April, May, June, they only pay 75% of whatever the amount was.
Prorated.
Right.
We prorated.
And on down to December. And then after March the 31st, if nobody has not bought their business license, then we can take action against them as far as shutting them down if they've not come and purchased that business license.
I looked at the price index there.
As far as the price is concerned, it did go up, as you heard, about 50% across the board. Also, they added to the general list just the type of businesses and the prices associated with opening that kind of business and maintaining a business license. They also stipulated that any business that might not fall under any of those categories that they listed in the new ordinance, that company or that category would come before the city council and be approved on an individual basis. The mayor says the updated ordinance should generate about another $10,000 a year for the city of Sagersville. All voted in favor and yay, with the exception of Councilman Tommy Bailey, who voted no. You can see the progress nearly every time you take a trip down the Mountain Parkway. Various projects ongoing on the expansion project. One that is a little farther away, I believe, as far as beginning and obviously completion as well. And that will be the final step, we do believe, connecting Sagersville to Prestonsburg. As we have discussed, the Mountain Parkway expansion project team has two options at this point that they have been studying, along with some input from the public, and that would be following the existing route of 114 or taking what they have also deemed a cross-country route, the cross-country route affecting far fewer property owners, properties, and homes, and only costing, in the grand scheme of things, a few $1 million more. I think anywhere from $3 to $4 million, if memory serves me correct. Ahead of this Thursday night's public meeting at Prestonsburg Elementary, the Mountain Parkway expansion team tells me this evening that they have refined their plans for a cross-country alternative to extend the parkway between Sagersville and Prestonsburg. They stress no decision has been made yet on whether or not to widen the parkway along the existing corridor of Route 114 or build a new road along a cross-country corridor to the north of 114. However, they do say further study over the last few months has allowed the project team to provide more details about the potential benefits and costs of the cross-country route. So the public, they want to remind everyone, is invited to learn updated details on both options at this week's meeting. It's this Thursday, 4:30 to 7 p.m. at Prestonsburg Elementary. Comment forms are going to be available for residents to provide feedback to the Transportation Cabinet and the project team, and members of the team are going to display very detailed maps and set up computer workstations to show residents and property owners how properties might be affected by the two alternatives. They say they're also going to present a short video with some animated renderings that will give the public and landowners a better idea of what each option might look like upon completion. And of course, all of this comes after hundreds of interested and concerned residents and property owners attended the last meeting back in April in Prestonsburg to learn the preliminary details about the two options and provide feedback. And as the signs were flashing, 4:30 to 7 this Thursday night at Prestonsburg Elementary, we expect to see a big crowd there. We also expect to have a camera there with a report to follow here on Your News Today. Still having a few glitches with my community calendar, so I'm going to read through a couple of them real quickly before we go on to other top stories. And that does include, of course, more on that interactive murder mystery theater. I had a viewer call and just got this off the voicemail a few moments ago. I'll try to get a picture maybe of the item stolen or some more details tomorrow. But Donald Conley tells me he is offering a reward for any information leading to the return of literally the tires and wheels that were stolen off of his car this past weekend, specifically 4 17-inch low-profile tires and rims, after thieves came onto his property, literally jacked up his vehicle, and then stole them off the car right where it sat. I'll try to get a better description of the wheels in question, but I know they're 17-inch low-profile tires and rims, custom wheel and tire, we are assuming. For more information, or if you have any information, please call Mr. Conley at 884-5322. We'll try to find out more about the theft and more description of the wheels and tires as well. If you have any information that may help him, 884-5322. Don't forget, our Montgomery County Quilters Guild has a bake sale and chili dinner set for this Friday. Chili sandwich, chilies, a bowl of chili, peanut butter and syrup sandwiches, crackers, 2 cookies, all for just $5. And they're selling fried apple pies and candies and cookies and so much more. Call by Thursday to get your order in. That would help them out tremendously. You can dine in, pick up, or they will deliver to a vast area, 349-3216. That's at the Montgomery County Extension Office, where you can stop and eat with them. The Extension Office also, as I mentioned briefly yesterday, has their wreath workshop, holiday wreath workshop set for December the 4th. Their Christmas bazaar is December the 11th. I'll remind you when those get closer. And a big reminder about the Run Rudolph 5K. It's a run, walk, bicycle trek, if you will, this Saturday at the Montgomery County High School. You can register early at 8:30. It starts at 10. All participants get a finisher's medal. Awards will be given to the top 3 in each age group. In the 5K, also an award for the wackiest dressed Christmas runner, and they had some good ones last year. I'm trying to find that footage right now. Also, for the wackiest Christmas runner, bicyclist, and child male and female participants as well. Prizes for all those who are dressed to fit the occasion. And this is all hosted by the Sagersville Hometown Committee. This Saturday morning starting at 10 at the Montgomery County High School. That here are a few other announcements via tonight's funeral services brought to you by the Montgomery County Funeral Home. Beginning with services in honor of 84-year-old Adam Conley of Dayton, who passed away on the 15th, formerly of Montgomery County. He was married to Phyllis Lemaster Conley, who survives. He's also survived by his sister, Irma Jean Patrick, and brother, Joe Kenneth Conley. Visitation is this evening and prior to services, which will begin tomorrow morning at 11. Visitation and services from the Montgomery County Funeral Home with burial afterwards at the Highland Memorial Cemetery in Staffordsville. Services are going to be held this Thursday at 1 o'clock in honor of 96-year-old Marie Salyer Marshall of Royalton, who passed away on the 16th, yesterday's date. She was preceded in death by her husband, Willard Marshall. She's survived by sons Larry James, Roger Dwayne, and Gary Sheridan, and Oscar Deverall Marshall. Also daughters Lenore Stevens, Sue Ann Whitaker, Carol Jean Smith, Frida Allen, Norma Faye Salyer, Janet Ruth Gamble, Joyce Oliver, and Vonda Gearhart. Visitation will start after 5 o'clock Wednesday and prior to services. Once again, they'll be Thursday at 1, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. As far as I know, it's going to be the first of its kind, and without a doubt, a wonderful evening. Fun for all, with only a few more seats available. We're talking about the interactive Murder Mystery Theater dinner this Saturday at the Oscar, the old Oil Springs Elementary School, where there's always something going on behind these doors.
This is original manuscript, and it's an interactive murder mystery. Who Killed Thomas A. Buttersballs? And it's kind of a Thanksgiving show. And what we do is we have various actors from all around the area, from McGoffin and Johnson and everywhere, and we come together and we intermingle with guests and things that we invite. You know, people buy tickets and things that come. We have a great meal. Stuffed pork loin is going to be the meal, but the storyline pretty much is about Thomas A. Buttersballs I, which created Buttersballs Enterprise, which is a turkey manufacturer, but they hate turkey, so they're having pork loin, you know, for their annual Thanksgiving dinner. And what happens is the patriarch of the family, Thomas I, gets killed in a plant accident, and Thomas II, his son, kind of assumes his role then as the head of the company. And what happens is he doesn't believe it's an accident. He believes that his father was murdered. So he hires a private investigator that comes in by the name of Dr. Jeffrey Cross, and he spends a year going all through town getting information and stuff, and they've come across information which they're going to reveal at the Thanksgiving dinner that in truth his father was not killed, not an accident, but he was actually killed in the process. And during that process, they're going to reveal it to friends and family as they invite, to their mansion, and some other people get killed as well.
And believe me when I tell you that it is a plot with more twists than you can imagine. And most all of it is ad-lib. There's no script, a lot of improv. They do have a plan that they're going to follow, but to a great degree, no one, and not even the actors, know exactly who killed Thomas A. Buttersballs or how it's all going to end.
It's kind of fun because everybody gets a cube booklet when they come in, and they're actually a part of the show. Even though you're here eating dinner and having a nice meal and things, you become part of the show because the actors will actually come up to you and introduce themselves, and gives you the ability to ask questions about what their roles are within the show itself. And you'll get ideas from them and the different characters that will come. So you interplay with them. And in the end, what will happen is they will be asked as an audience, who was the one that committed the murder? And then everybody will have a ballot, which they'll write the name on of who they think. And at the end of the show, we reveal who actually the murderer was, and then we have a prize for the ones that guess it correctly. We put their name in a hat, and then we have a couple door prizes we're going to give to them as well.
So we can safely say there's a whole lot happening at the Oscar. Now, I'm not referring in that sentence to all the things that go on and the activities that happen at the Oscar, even though that applies, like the rentals for weddings, parties, reunions, the various classes that are taught here on so many topics, the studios, the gym, the play center that is available. I'm talking about a whole lot of things happening specifically at this one event or those like it. This is an outlet for our young artists and performers to express themselves, show their talents, and it's where the public can take in so much local culture and entertainment, and this time a wonderful meal at the same time.
We're looking at, there's a lot of talent in our area, and they've really not had any outlets to be able to do that. And so the characters that you see will, like I said, will be local people. And we all the time look for more people to be able to participate. So usually when we do one of these, we find people that's in the audience say, hey man, I'd like to do that the next time you do one. So it's really kind of a neat thing to expose people to a different type of art. It's all impromptu, and so people are making it up as they go along. There's really no script and things like that. So it's really a neat thing to do, and we find out that a lot of people will really enjoy it and they want to come back.
The good news is, well, they're planning on doing this, as you heard Mr. Salyer say, hopefully on a monthly basis. He's already writing the next dinner theater, maybe a lead off from this weekend's. The bad news is, well, 50 seats. That's all that's available, and about half of those are gone. And I expect after airing this show, the others will go quickly. There are tickets available, he told me, at the True Value in Sagersville and the McGoffin County Extension Office Paintsville locations. We're nearly sold out of theirs. Or you can find him personally, and he has some to share as well. So get them while you can, or you're not going to know who killed Thomas A. Buttersballs. Now we're going to wrap up this evening with, of course, your Licking Valley RECC forecast, 55 and falling, and just watching the clock, waiting for tip-off. Yeah, I know, you're going to get out of here in time. A huge storm system that's been giving parts of Kentucky and East Kentucky just a tiny little taste today. Some clouds, a few sprinkles. All this ahead of some full-blown action, slowly rolling line of thunderstorms traveling eastward. We'll see those tomorrow. We'll also see a low tonight. First off, of 57, mostly cloudy skies. Relatively calm winds by comparison to tomorrow out of the southeast from 7 to 21. Not calm by your everyday standards, but by comparison to tomorrow. Yeah, a lot of warm air rushing in with this. We will see a high peaking into the 70s, and we'll see a low of 51 tomorrow night. The cold comes afterwards. But first, we've got winds out of the southeast, 10 to 41 mile per hour gusts right now are estimated tomorrow, and we'll see some showers. This is going to be a slow mover, and it's going to give us some soaking rain, an inch, maybe 2 inches before it's all said and done. Not a nice day. We do dry up and clear up on your Thursday with a high of 60 and a low of 35, closer to where we should be. Partly cloudy late, relatively calm, and a nice Thursday after what's going to be a midweek mess. As for Friday's forecast, well, we'll continue to see more sunshine and colder air. That will certainly continue. You'll see in a second. 51 on your Friday, a low of 35, sunny, partly cloudy, still a nice day. We'll still be drying out with some sunshine above. Saturday's temperatures, I have it 51 and 27. 51 and 27, mostly sunny. And then we've got another system. And this one could really shake things up, and it also could give us a bit of a wintry mix before your weekend is all said and done. And I think I had this backwards at the start of the program as I'm looking at my notes, writing it backwards. Sunday's daytime high, I don't think we'll get out of the 30s. 38, low of 24. The precipitation for the most part will be gone, but we might see a little bit of dicey precipitation there before your weekend is done. Definitely on your Saturday when some mix is certainly possible as that cold air rushes in and does certainly hang on onto your Sunday. 38 degrees and a low of 24. Not liking it at all. See, it's 6:30. The game's not started yet. All is well. I hope we can say that after the game. For now, thank you for being a part of this program. Hope to see you back here for the next one tomorrow night for more news you'll only see on Your News Today. Good night, and go Cats.